భయపడానండి.
Manoj,
Yes, sir.
are we ready to go?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, Maybe we shall wait for 2 more minutes. So let the participants join.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Manoj, we shall start the session.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please proceed.
Jai Shri Gurudev. Bowing to the lotus feet of His Holiness, Bhairavaikya, Padma Bhushana, Parama Pujya, Jagadguru, Shri Shri Shri, Dr. Balagangadharanatha Mahaswamiji. Seeking the divine blessings of His Holiness, Parama Pujya, Jagadguru, Shri Shri Shri, Dr. Nirmalandanatha Mahaswamiji. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Manoj Mauli, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, Adi Chunchanagiri University. I am delighted to welcome you all to second day of International E-Conference on Emerging Trends in Pharmaceutical Sciences Research to Market. Without much ado, let me invite Dr. Enduri Suvarna ma'am, Associate Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, Adi Chunchanagiri University, to introduce our first speaker. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Manoj. Good afternoon to all. I'm Dr. Suvarna, Associate Professor from Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry and Analysis. So it's my privilege to invite our today's speaker, Mr. Gopi Krishna Kumarneni. Sir is working as Head of Quality Assurance in Adviti Research Private Limited, and he is a professional with 20 plus years of diverse work experience in the domain of bioequivalence, clinical trials like phase 1 and phase 2, CRO qualification, investigator site monitoring, and also system audits, vendor audits, and computer system validation, etc. And Sir is proficient in conducting GCP audits like bioequivalence and clinical trials, which is in line with applicable regulations like ICHC GCP, US FDA, UK MHRA, EU directives, and also Health Canada, CDS CO 21 CFR Part 11, and GAMP 5. Sir is instrumental in setting up QMS for BA and BE trials and early phase trials also. And Sir is also expertise in Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
are
madam.
audible,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. Sir,
Yes, madam.
sir please start your session soon.
Okay, thank you, madam, for the introduction. Let me share my screen.
Sir, your screen is visible, but I think it's
Yes,
zoomed.
just hold on a second, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello, sir. Is my screen visible
Yes,
now?
yes, 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 sir. Now it's in good shape. You can go ahead, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. I myself Gopi Krishna. I'm head of the quality assurance at ADVD. I welcome you all for today's webinar on the clinical research, emerging trends and quality. Today, you are going to hear about 1 hour for the most significant emerging trends in the clinical research, technology trends, and quality perspectives in clinical research. Let's start with our today's topic, clinical research trends that happening today's pharmaceutical industry. Clinical research is undergoing a significant transformation driven by the technology advancements, regulatory changes, and a shift towards most patient-centric approaches and quality perspectives in clinical research. Uh, In today's I'm going to cover these topics: clinical research emerging trends with the decentralized clinical trials, patient-centric clinical trial approaches, and biosimilars. Second topic is analytics trends in clinical research, AI and ML and artificial intelligence and machine learning and predictive analysis, digital health and blockchain technology, real world data and real world evidence, and clinical research quality perspective. These topics I am going to cover in this webinar. Let's start with the first topic, clinical research emerging trends. What is clinical research? Clinical research is a systematic investigation involves the human subjects that is designed to evaluate the safety and efficacy of biomedical interventions such as drugs, devices, and treatments. It includes that questionnaires, interview studies, research on biological samples, healthy participants, and patients. These are all who are all involved in the clinical research. That in this topic, I am going to cover this decentralized and patient-centric and biosimilars. What is centralized and what is decentralized? Centralized itself indicates that it is self-explanatory. It is all activities happened at one center. Means specific location, specific physical sites, typically hospitals, research centers, dedicated clinical trial facilities. All patients are connected to the center of the site and visits at the centralized location. Whereas in decentralized, the day itself is governed, the activities happened at the decentralized manner. Participants are located at the various places and from their homes they can participate the trials from their homes. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. What is decentralized? It includes the decentralized elements where trial-related activities occurs at location other than the clinical trials. Traditional way, all clinical research sites is the investigator sites. It happens at the hospital location where all patients will used to come there and participate in the trial. In decentralized means transfer of the control of an activity that transfers that local authorities rather than the having one single point of center. These trials also called as virtual trials and direct to patient trials. Digital health technologies systems in the systems that capture the healthcare information for clinical trials directly from individuals. In digital health technologies, portable instruments such as activity trackers, glucose monitors, and blood pressure monitors, spirometers, they are being used in the digital health technologies. Portable digital health techniques have transformed the landscape of healthcare by providing convenient, accurate, and continuous monitoring options that enhance patient care and outcomes. It also digital health technologies. It includes interactive mobile applications where participants can use these mobile applications, then can rate their quality of life, pain, depression, daily functioning, and performance states of functional performance such as cognition conditions and vision. This is the a screenshot of that, all various stakeholders involved in the trials. These are the in the clinical trial, the key stakeholders are the clinical team or site and the CRO, contract research organization, and sponsor, IRB, IEC ethics committees, regulatory authorities, and study department. These are all stakeholders in the clinical trials. Each plays an important role, critical role in the success and integrity of the trial. Yes, history. Coming to the history of the decentralized trials, it is not in very new. It was old only, but it was this trial was anticipated in the couple of decades ago by scientists and industry experts. The first decentralized trials happens conducted by Pfizer in 2011, with including the 600 patients from the 10 states participate in the study screening process through internet, actively managed their own trial activity and reported results directly to trial investigator. All happens at remotely. This was trial was conducted by the Pfizer in 2011. Why are the DCTs and means decentralized trials and DHT means digital health technology are becoming a large component of the clinical trial landscape. Technologies are improving, that helps makes us easier to collect that, transfer and store the electronic data. Earlier we have seen that one impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. We have seen that one travel restrictions and physical distancing and the precautions. So it was very difficult to start the clinical trial in a traditional way of the conducting the trial sites. This was the COVID-19 has accelerated the adoption of the decentralized trials. Sponsors, because of this, sponsors were motivated to begin the facilitating more trial elements remotely, such as informed consent agreements, data collection, and patient monitoring using telemedicine. Digital decentralized clinical trials are going trend in medical research with the patient-centric approach. As technology is advancing, there are so many benefits with this decentralized trials. We can prioritize the patient needs and we can eliminate the barriers to distance so that patient is need not to visit the site physically. We can improve the flexibility of the in terms of the scheduling the activities, and you can improve that data accuracy. We can minimize the potential errors and improve the patient outcome precision, and without the need of the physical access to sites. These are the benefits with this decentralized trials. For successful decentralized implementation, we need to train the manager. We need to educate the project managers with the DCT benefits, technology, regulation, and data security. Wonderful. We need to ensure that one data security measures while strengthening the data security measures, emphasizing the permission based access and encrypted transmission protocols. This is a permission based role specific access is given to that particular user who is using the applications or software, so that we can maintain the data security aspects. Select that there we are required to select that one e-clinical platforms, whichever is platform is suitable for the study design needs, that needs to be aligned. Ensure that user friendliness and remote monitoring capabilities, robust reporting, and easy data accessibility. And also we can apply the mobile technologies in the DCT trials for seamless communication with the participants, real-time engagement, quick data collection, and remote compliance monitoring. We need to establish that clear protocols for clear communication, supervision, and quality control aspects, and safety reporting and data collection across different sites through the trials. These are the steps we need to take that one in the decentralized trials. The key components in these decentralized trials are participants can provide the data from their homes and other remote locations using mobile devices, wearables, and other digital tools. Virtual consultations happens or virtual monitoring happens in this trial that allows for continuous interaction between the patients and healthcare providers without the need to come for the sites in person visits. In this trial, data is collected electronically through remote. Through various digital platforms, we can reduce the errors and improve the quality. Whereas in manual, we need to, there may be chances of errors. In the using this electronic data capture, we can minimize the errors by it is real-time data is capturing and documenting electronically. Direct to patient shipments. The study medications usually shipped to that to the participants' homes. Use of variables to collect continuous data in vital signs, activity levels, and other health devices. They are the part of the decentralized trials. This is the snapshot of that. There are various benefits of the virtual trials. I will discuss in the detail in the next slides, coming slides. With these trials, the benefits are that when patients from diverse geographic locations can participate more easily, and patients who may have the mobility, we can reduce the burden on the patients. And with these trials, we can with these trials we can lower the cost associated with the site management and patient travel, and also we can reduce the dropout rates of the patient due to increased convenience. If they are not convenient, they participate in the trial, there may be chances of the high dropout rates. With this increased convenience, we can reduce the dropout rates. And also real-time data collection reduces the errors compared to manual entry. More frequent data points can provide a richer understanding of the treatment points. We can data can be collected, maximum data can be collected with these trials. And also participants are more engaged with engaged through regular interactions happens through via telemedicine and mobile apps with the site staff. Personalized feedback and monitoring can improve the adherence to the protocols. While interacting the patient, while involving the patient engagement in the trials and taking the feedback from that one, we can improve that adherence to the study protocols. This is that with this technology, with this DCT trials, we can reach that faster recruitment of participants. The process is streamlined, can accelerate the overall duration of the trial. These regulatory authorities also can increasingly supporting for the DCT trials. They provide a guidance on how to conduct these trials effectively while maintaining the compliance with the regulatory standards. At the ACRPMS Association of Clinical Research Professionals at 2021 virtual conference, FDA official also noted that there were actual and perceived benefits of the DCT trials. With the DCT trials, there will be more efficient trials at lower costs, and accelerated enrollment and increased diversity can happen with this DCT trials, and more frequent of measurements can be happen, and reduced time and travel burdens for patients. This was the statement was given by the FDA officials during their conference. There were challenges in the DCT trials because all participants have access to necessary technologies. Smartphones is required, internet is required. That is a challenge for the DCT trials. Another challenge is that on data security. Protecting the sensitive data is required for the robust security measures is required to protect the sensitive patient data. We need to ensure that consistency across different remote data collection methods and platforms. Consistencies needs to be standardized across all patients who are participating in different locations they are participating. We need to ensure that consistency across the data collection methods and platforms. Is that regulatory guidelines are evolving to ensure that compliance with the GCP standards. We'll also need to upgrade that whenever there is a change in the guidelines or regulations, we need to align with the regulatory requirements. That is challenge. That is keep changing. We need to align with the regulatory standards. Participants may need training how to use the technologies effectively, which can add complexity to this study setup. Another in this 2021 Association of Clinical Research meetings, FDA officials suggested the following some key challenges needs to be worked out regarding the DCT trials. Even though there are challenges, we need to work out the for the handling of those challenges. Consistency in protocol execution, data reliability and integrity, immature digital infrastructure in some parts of US, perception of the regulatory barriers, highly varied state laws and regulations. These are the challenges stressed by the FDA officials during the conference. This is the pictorial representation of the traditional versus decentralized. Patient in the traditional slides, patient must travel to the clinic. Trials must travel the whereas in the decentralized trials, patient can participate the trials from their homes, and with these trials we can include the more diverse patient groups. Whereas in the supplies means IP investigational product, that is supplies are located at the clinics only earlier in the traditional trials, and whereas in the decentralized trials, supplies or investigational products can be delivered to that to patient home. In the traditional way, patients procedures are the carried out the clinic. In the decentralized procedures, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Procedures are conducted at home through the digital technologies. Our mobile nurses can go there and do the necessary activities as per the study protocol. In the traditional side, trials, manual process in person. All the trials are carried out at the clinic. Reports and sign-offs and consent forms, instructions signed at the clinic only. Whereas in the digital decentralized trials, digital technology is being used for the documentation of the activities. This is the feature is with the decentralized trials, or that is will continue to grow as technology advances. People become even more comfortable with the disease and remote medicine. There will be hybrid models will be more common in the future, where some trials activities will take place at the clinical trial sites, where other patient homes are convenient locations. Clinical trials are likely to become more predominant as technology continues to advance. Regulatory also framework supports. They are adopting this technology, and they are providing a support for these innovative approaches. Technologies plays a vital role in facilitating the real-world data collection needed for decentralized trials and helps for sites to manage trials efficiently and reduce the costs. Major regulatory authorities like FDA and EMA, European agencies worldwide have recognized the increasingly digital feature of the trials. The agencies are quickly evolving and adapting the new digital world, increasing the number of digital initiatives and guidelines and regulations for the safe and compliant conduct of trials. FDA has long adopted the view that patient perspectives should be built into the drug development process, which is a key value add for the DCTs. Already, some few guidelines are also FDA also has released a guideline conducting the clinical trials with the decentralized elements, guidance for industry investigators and other interested parties. In 2024, uh, it came up. You also recommended that they have released that elements in clinical trials in June 2023. In summary of that, decentralized trials offers numerous advantages over traditional modes and also present unique challenges that need careful consideration and management to ensure successful outcomes. While there are a variety of clinical trials models available depending on the needs of the trial, if conducted using the right tools and hybrid models can enhance the patient engagement, subsequently data collection, while making it easier for more efficient for sites to manage the trials, in turn helping reduce the costs. This is the patient centric approaches. Mainly is that in this trial, patient approach focus on the experiences, preferences, and needs. Understanding the approaches and clinical trials are essential to ensure the research truly benefits those it meant to serve the patients. Healthcare is designed around the patient needs and preferences and values. There we are taking the inputs from the patients while designing the trials. Stakeholders have recognized in the patient experiences inputs can significantly contribute success of a trial. The significance of patient-centric care in clinical is widely accepted, recognized as a critical factor for improving the trial design, execution of the outcomes. This is that some key components of the strategies include patient-centric trials, utilizing the utilizing the digital technologies to collect the data remotely, ensure the patients fully understand the trial, use of the surveys, using the surveys to gather feedback, include patients, their representative in advisory boards to provide input on the trial design, conduct, and outcomes. Using the wearable devices to monitor the patient's health metrics, personal communication, using the standardized tools for patients to report their symptoms and quality of life, regularly collect the feedback from patients during the trial to identify the areas of improvement, continue monitoring of patients after the trial ends to gather long-term safety and efficacy data. These are the challenges in the patient-centric approaches, logistic issues such as time and cost implications, regulatory issues like obtaining consent in patient-centric manner, there are cultural issues such as the resistance to change and lack of understanding about the values of the patient engagement. These challenges can be overcome with the strategic planning, stakeholder education, and commitment to change. What is the feature of the patient-centric approaches? There is a bright future for patient approaches in clinical trials. The technologies advancements are happening and which provides that new for patient engagement of ePro, electronic patient report outcomes, and telemedicine. Additionally, regulatory bodies are increasingly recognizing the value of patient input, encouraging its incorporation to that design and conduct. In conclusion, understanding and applying the patient-centric approaches in clinical trials is crucial for improving the trial outcomes and ensuring that research truly serves its intended beneficiaries and patients. As we look into the future, it is clear that patient-centric approaches will continue to shape the landscape of clinical trials. The another thing is biologics. In current medicine, increasing biological drugs to target everything from cancer to infectious disease. Biologics research and production are growing rapidly from monoclonal antibodies and therapeutic proteins to recombinant DNA or RNA. Biologics are most promising category of the new drugs. Biologics are the complex large molecules drugs derived from the living organisms such as bacteria, yeast, and mammalian cells. These can be proteins and monoclonal antibodies or complex molecules. Examples of the biologics is adalimumab and bevacizumab, monoinsulin and erythropoietins. Biosimilars is that is very highly similar to that already approved molecule. It is considered as a generic. We can call it as generic of the biologics. It's the biosimilar doesn't there is no clinically meaningful differences in terms of safety, purity, and potency. This is as it is that equivalent to that biologics. Is biologics biosimilars is that it is a copy of the similar to that biologics. For example of that, Amjavita is adalimumab is a biosimilar to that Humira. Humira is that biologics. That is the innovator thing. Semglee is insulin related, a biosimilar of Lantus. Biosimilars are safe and effective treatment options for many illnesses such as chronic skin and bowel diseases, arthritis, and kidney condition and cancer. These are the drive factors for growing up the biosimilars. Many biosimilars are entering to the market as many biologic drugs patents are expires. So that manufacturers will develop that biosimilars and they can market their drugs in that automatically price will go down. Regulatory framework is also supporting for the biosimilars as they are becoming the streamlined. FDA has approved several biosimilars under this 341K pathway that is related to the biological application pathway. There are ongoing efforts towards regulatory harmonization across the different regions to facilitate global approvals for biosimilars. Another important growth drivers is that on emerging markets, BRIC countries and Southeast Asia countries are expected to play a significant role in the growth of biosimilars market due to their large patient population and growing infrastructures. These are the factors for the growing of the biosimilars. Earlier, it was that in the 2023 scope is that $24.4 billion. The projected revenue of that 2028 is the $66.9 billion for the biosimilar market. The emerging trends in the biological markets are increasing regulatory pathway clarity. Regulatory has provided clear pathways for biosimilar development and approval. There are also many number of biosimilar candidates growing in it's the pipeline and growing. Biosimilars are being developed for targeted oncology therapies such as monoclonal antibodies and other biological agents used in the cancer treatment. There is biological companies and happening with the mergers and acquisitions with other companies and gain competitive advantage of the biosimilar market. These emerging trends and global forecasts indicate a promising outlook for the biosimilars industry characterized by the continued innovation, market expansion, and enhanced access to affordable biological treatments worldwide. That is the biosimilars companies already using that automation and robotic technologies, robotic with the significant developments, AI and machine learning also accelerating drug discovery. Every nowadays, every industry is that automation and machine learning they are using that every sector to get a benefit. Sorry, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yeah, there is a drilling sound is happening. That's the reason there is a disturbance. I hear that there is a disturbance sound. That's the reason I'm.
The disturbance may be because of someone's phone.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Algorithms can
Yeah,
predict
now
that.
it is clear.
Yeah, algorithms can predict interactions between the biological compounds and human targets much faster than the traditional research methods. The digital technologies can solve the high cost and long development sites timings that have the historical. Earlier, it was that there was longer duration to reach to the market. Now, with the digital technologies, we can reduce the cost and we can reach to the market very quickly. The growing number of biosimilars in different therapeutic areas, it leads to affordable and effective patient treatment options. Biosimilars expansion, it provides that controlling in healthcare costs and increasing the patient access to necessary therapies, contributing significantly to the global health quality. Equity, sorry. These are the analytical trends artificial intelligence, machine, these topics are covered in this digital health, wearable devices, and blockchain technologies, real world data, and real world data. These are the topics covered in this section. The integration of the advanced analytics into the pharmaceutical industry is not just a technology upgrade, it is a strategic transformation, reshaping the drug discovery, clinical development, and patient care. AI it analyzes the data much faster than humans. It used to analyze and generate the new insights. AI provides the new insights in the data. Machine learning is the subset of AI that involves the training algorithms to learn from the data and make predictions or decisions without being manipulated. In pharmaceutical sector, MI is applied, machine learning is applied in various areas of such as discovery, clinical trial designs, patient stratification, and predictive analysis. With the AI technology, we can enable the rapid discovery and more efficient clinical trials and personal treatment approaches. With integrating that diverse data sets, AI forecasts individual treatment responses. We can screen that millions of compounds with this virtually can reduce the time and costs. With this AI technology, we can enhance the clinical trials by optimizing the trial protocols and reduce the late stage failures. And also, we can forecast that individual treatment response, and that helps that personalized medicine. We can identify this AI technologies. We can identify the potential adverse effects and take the we can identify the any risk and mitigate the risks with this AI technology. Digital, there are the benefits of that one. We can save the cost significantly with the acceleration of the drug discovery and optimization of clinical trial designs, and we can lower the risk of the clinical trial failures with the AI technology, and also we take the advantage of the competitiveness using AI models and better position the competitive market. Data is one of the most powerful assets for achieving significant breakthroughs in the discovery and development of new drugs as well as new applications for existing compounds. We can empower this can empower that pharmaceutical companies to take the operational decisions strategically and drive the innovation, efficiency, and better patient outcomes throughout the drug development cycle. With this, the digital health and wearable and remote monitoring, we can engage the patient and that we can improve that patient engagement in the trials. Digital tool offers a continuous feedback and support. With that guidance, we can improve, we can enhance that patient engagement. And also we can enhance the quality of the clinical trial endpoints as it is data is collected real-time capturing of that. We can improve the quality of that. Decentralized remote monitoring is happened in the decentralized trials that doesn't require that frequent in-person visits, reduction of the logistic changes. With this digital health, we can early detection of the adverse events that enables the timely interventions for better healthcare management. Internet of Things, that is IoT, is one of the most widely developed technologies in many industries, and the pharmaceutical sector will also be able to get the benefit through the combination of the mobile application and IoT devices. These are the digital health technologies. It helps. There are many benefits with this digital technologies. We can improve the clinical trial design. We can enhance the post-marketing surveillance by continuous monitoring of the facilities, early detection of adverse events, ensuring the drug safety and overtime. We can engage the patients through digital platforms that results that richer data sets, more tailored therapies. Can also remote monitoring reduces the need for extensive on-site visits, thereby cutting costs and expediting data collection. We can streamline the operations with using the digital technologies. Another thing is the blockchain technology. This is the decentralized and digital ledger that records the transactions across the network of computers in a secure and transparent manner. The records of transactions data entries happens in the digitally and verifiable and tamper-proof audit trails. Audit trail means whenever there is whoever has done the activity, who has done the activity, when it is performed, these automatically captures in the electronically. That is no manual intervention in the audit trials. That is called tamper-proof audit trials. So improving the traceability by end-to-end visibility of that supply chain minimizes the risk of counterfeit medications by ensuring that every step is recorded. Facilitates that is that blockchain technology is transparent and auditable nature. It simplifies the regulatory reviews and helps meet the strict data protection requirements. This technology requires the strict data protection requirements. This technology it is easy for the regulatory reviews on the data of the data submitted to them. Enhance the transparency. Providing all stakeholders, including regulators, healthcare providers, and patients, with reliable and verified data, it builds the trust throughout the pharmaceutical process. Protecting sensitive and clinical and patient data with blockchain reduces the risk of breaches and fosters more secure digital ecosystem. We can, with the blockchain technology, we can ensure the integrity, we can improve the traceability of that, and facilitating regulatory compliance and enhancing the transparency. We can enhance the data security with this blockchain technology. Another is real world data and real world evidence. is that in clinical research is this is also new concept. It is also growing rapidly and driven by the technology advancements, changes in the regulatory landscapes, and the need for more comprehensive and relevant data. Regulatory agencies like FDA they are open to that using the real world evidence in regulatory decisions, including the approval of labeling of drugs. Real world data is collected the data from the sources outside the traditional clinical trials, such as electronic health records, the claims data, insurance claims databases, patient registries, and wearable disease, social media. This is the real world data is collected from the various sources. Real world evidence is nothing but the analysis of interpretation of the real world data. It provides the insights into that can inform healthcare decisions. Real world evidence that supplements the randomized clinical trial by providing the long-term evidences and safety insights for more diverse patient populations. Whereas in the randomized clinical trials, RCTs, this is a gold standard for assessing the drug safety and efficacies. RCTs means randomized trials are happening in the control element. They don't always reflect everyday clinical practice. Real world data includes information from the electronic health records, insurance claims, and patient registries, and even wearable devices. When systematically analyzed, real world data is offering a broader and more realistic view of the drug's performance. It always real world evidence that supports the label extensions, post marketing safety monitoring, even initial approvals. With this real world data, we can optimize the clinical trials by understanding the patient behavior and treatment patterns, and also allows for adaptive clinical trials that better real world conditions. And also with this patient centric approach, we can optimize the clinical trial design. With this real world data, we can also improve the detection of the adverse events and supports ongoing safety assessments. With this data, real world data, it supports a faster regulatory approach, can lead to label expansions, and also streamline the it helps to streamline the development process. Collecting the data from the existing sources can be more cost effective than conducting the new clinical trials. Real world evidence can also helps to reduce the time and cost associated with bringing the new treatments to market. Ongoing real-world monitoring ensures the safety profile of drug is maintained throughout their life cycle. In-depth real-world insights allows for the development of therapies that better meet the patient needs. There were challenges in this data. Ensuring the accuracy and completeness and consistency is crucial, but challenging due to variability in the data sources. These are the challenges, data quality aspects, and also data requires sophisticated statistical methods to address any potential biases and confound variables in the observational data. Regulatory agencies are very supportive. Clear guidelines on the uses of are still evolving. Standardization of data collection analysis cross different sources is essential for comparison, but challenging due to heterogeneity of data sources. Because of their multiple sources of data is collecting, there is a challenge of standardizing the data collection methods. This is third topic is that clinical research quality perspective. This is the last topic of this webinar. What is quality in clinical research? Quality is that definition actually it varies from the sector to sector. In quality in clinical research is defined as compliance with the requirements together with ensuring the reliability and integrity of the data collected, adhering to that international standards and guidelines, and implementing the robust quality management system. It produces high quality data that is accurate, reliable, and ethically sound. This is the quality in the clinical research. Why quality is important? Why quality is required in the clinical trials? GCP is that good clinical practice is the universal ethical and scientific standard, quality standard for conducting the clinical trials. It applies on all aspects of the clinical trial process. From the quality perspective, clinical research focus on ensuring the reliability and integrity of the data collected in a study by strictly adhering to international GCP standards and guidelines. Maintain the consistency and processes and process. The data is accurate and complete original. Patient safety is the paramount in the clinical research. At any time, there should not be any error in regard to the safety. The GCP is always focus on that one, ethics and safety. These two are the pillars in the GCP, good clinical research. Quality, these are the phrases regarding the quality of that. Quality does not happen by chance or luck. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution. Quality is the paramount and it represents that why choice among other alternatives. Quality is not an act, it is a habit. Quality is not something that can be achieved through occasional efforts, but is consistent and part of the organization individuals daily practices. It is the practice of the quality. It doesn't come in a overnight. Whenever whatever you do perform, that quality should be built into that activity. These are the regulatory standards for the applicable for the good clinical practice. We follow that GCP standards and GMP principles and GLP principles. Good laboratory practice, good manufacturing practice, good clinical practice. These are the applicable standards. We follow that. ICGCP, NDCT is that our local regulatory CDSO regulation, FDA regulations. This is the 21 CFR Part 11. CFR means Code of Federal Regulations. Part 11 is electronic records and 50s and 56, 312 and 320. These are the related, the clinical related regulations. EU clinical trial regulations. NVISA is the related to Brazil. World Health Organizations. Regulatory compliance is the cornerstone of the clinical research, ensuring that studies are conducted with the highest standards of safety, efficacy, and ethical integrity. Adherence is very important. Adherence to regulations and guidelines is very important and crucial for protecting the human subjects, ensuring the data integrity, maintaining the public trust, and we should preventing the harm to the patients, and also facilitate approval and market access, avoid legal and financial implications. How can we ensure the compliance? We need to ensure the compliance with the best practices, providing the regular training, ensuring all persons are involved in the clinical trial, regular GCP trainings, and also with the internal audits, we can ensure the compliance, conducting regularly internal audits to identify patient compliance and issues early. SOPs are the development and SOPs are developed and adhere strictly to that that align with the regulatory requirements. SOP should be framed in such a way that it should be aligned with the regulatory requirements. Applying technologies such as EDC systems and clinical trial. CTMS means clinical trial management system. EDC is electronic data capture to enhance the compliance through automated checks and alerts. Independent monitoring from the quality independent monitor and quality assurance auditor periodically monitors that activity to ensure that ongoing compliances. With this best practices, we can ensure that compliance in line with the regulatory and study protocol. Consequences when there is a non-compliance with the regulatory. What are the consequences? We can there may be that legal consequences, maybe fines and penalties, and may lead to that lawsuits and result in the criminal charges. Based on the severity, it may result to that criminal charges as well. If it is a non-compliance, there may be a reputational damage, loss of public trust, damage to that brand reputation of the brand reputation. Financial consequences, financial penalties, delay or denied approval, and that is a cost of corrective action and preventive action. Once there is any mistake has happened, that one, it takes a huge cost of that to remediate that action. So that is a prevention is rather we need to act in the preventive manner rather than reactive manner. There will be an operational disturbance in case of non-compliance. There may be that data invalid because of severity of that risk and non-compliance. There may be a chance of data invalid. This is that quality framework, building of the quality framework. We need to identify that risks and areas that could impact the quality of the clinical trial, and we need to recognize the critical process that requires the retention. So that we need to identify the risks and areas. That we need to analyze that whatever the risks or areas are identified, we need to analyze that and evaluate that likelihood and severity of the problem and take the appropriate measures to mitigate the risks. We need to develop that plan for the strategically to mitigate the risks and also prioritize actions based on the analysis of risks. We need to implement controls to ensure that quality plan is executed and reports the deviations from the plan. There is the monitoring is required continuously for the trial and identify the issues and deviations and take the corrective actions. There are these are the challenges in the clinical research, quality challenges, the patient recruitment and retention, data quality and integrity, regulatory compliance, site-to-site variation will be there, bias and ethical considerations, and the study design and analysis challenges, technology and data management. It is a reactive than proactive. These are the quality challenges in clinical research. To mitigate that quality challenges, we need to have that robust study protocol and SOPs. We need to have a comprehensive investigator training is required to maintain the quality. And also centralized data management system should be in place. Quality assurance monitoring is required to mitigate the quality challenges. Patient-centric approach that helps that mitigate the quality challenges, and also collaboration with the regulatory agencies who can minimize that any challenges in regard to the quality, and proactively anticipate and prevent when we are acting proactively, we can minimize that, we can reduce that quality issues. Quality is designed to build with the in the all phases of the trial, from the starting of the study design to through followed across all stages. Protocol development and study design, site selection and initiation, and participant recruitment and enrollment, data collection and management, safety monitoring, training and competency, quality assurance programs, SOPs, internal audits, external audits. Quality should be built in that every activity we perform to that in the across all stages of the trial. QBD is that is quality by design. This needs to be designed. It is a systematic approach to ensure the quality is built into the quality trial process from the beginning, from identifying, understanding the critical to quality attributes of the trial and designing the trial process to constantly meet these critical to quality factors. Risk-based in the trial, we need to identify the risk. Based on the risk, clinical trial monitoring happens and focus on the resources on the areas of highest risk. CTQ, critical to quality factors, are those which are potential for impact, participant protection, and reliability of the results. These may include that primary objectives and safety objectives, patient eligibility, investigator product exposures. These are the critical to quality factors needs to be defined. These are the important elements for quality in clinical trials. Risk management is the process for identifying, assessing, mitigating risk that could impact the quality of the clinical trial. Handling of issues, it involves that identifying, investigating, and addressing deviations of or issues promptly. Knowledge management, it involves that capturing capturing the requirement, capturing the knowledge. Whenever there is a regulatory changes, that one we need to capture that information in the database and organize the training and sharing the knowledge to improve the quality and efficiency in clinical trials. Is a continuous improvement. There is always there is a scope for improvement in any organization. It all involves that ongoing efforts to enhance the procedures and outcomes in the clinical trials. Quality oversight it involves ensuring that all aspects of the trial are conducted in accordance with the quality standards through active monitoring and supervision. These are the important elements in the quality in clinical trials. For example, there is a case study, quality issues and effective CAPA. Here it is there is an issue identified. Different sites means subject patient is one subject was screened and enrolled in the different sites of this for the same study, duplicate subjects. That was an issue. One subject has enrolled in the different sites. This was identified by the monitor during their monitoring visits. What is the criticality of the issue was this is both patient safety, it impacts on the patient safety and data integrity issue. Hence, it is that critical quality indicator. For this, to handle this issue, there was a tool that's developed, IWRS, Interactive Web Response System has been developed that which alerts the site in case of subjects the identical combination of that initials and date of birth, gender are registered in the IWRS, which is it alerts that team and to identify the duplicate subjects through which the subjects are identified. This tool is identified and applied for that only specific to that study only. When new study is planned, no one is new in the team aware of this protocol. That means this corrective action has been taken only for the particular study level, not at the system level. To avoid the such recurrence in the future, there is no concrete corrective and preventive action is taken. There may be a chance of this issue can repeat again. Such critical activities need CAPA, which should be implemented systematically across all studies, not for the only studies, which should be built into the system with the concrete preventive action to avoid such occurrence in the future. This is another case study was quality issues and effective CAPA. This is the PK endpoint study. Blood samples were centrifuged 3000 at the revolution centrifugation force instead of the centrifuging at the rotations per minute, 3000 RPM, which is the major protocol deviation. Kappa has taken that display for speed was covered, and with that, as is shown in the picture, that is so that it alerts this team to be more vigilant regarding while performing the activity, so that we can avoid the mistakes that one. Effectiveness was when a phlebotomist need to set the speed of the centrifuge, he or she will very invariably have a flip the cover, and it acts as the reminder to check the RPM or RCF. That is that whenever the activity is happening, that one such critical things we need to display to that in front of that at the workplace, so that the staff will be more vigilant and can avoid the mistakes. This is more effective that rather than the multiple retrainings to the staff. This is a continuous improvement. As I told you that it is a knowledge is very important. Knowledge management is very important to keep up to upgrade the regulatory requirements, and also monitor for new and evolving legislations, regulations, and guidelines. We need regulators nowadays. Regulators guidelines are keep changing rapidly. We always need to gear up to acquaint those knowledge and to have an impact assessment and update in the quality management system. So that is the continuous process of that one to keep up our quality management system in line with the regulatory requirements. This is the pictorial representation of the system level. There is a significant quality issues has been identified, root cause analysis taken, root canal analysis is identified. Every quality issue is required to identify the root cause. What was the cause for the mistake? And we need to take the corrective action, preventive action accordingly. And also we need to record the learnings from the past. We need to maintain the database and also update to the regulations and guidelines. Guidelines impact assessment needs to be done. These are all considering these three areas. We need to update our procedures in line with that regulatory, and from the learnings past we can improve the our checklist and monitoring point of view, and corrective whatever the corrective actions taken, we need to take the should build it into our system to avoid such occurrences in the future. This is that is the system level of that continuous improvement. This is a trial level. Whenever there is that identified in the protocol deviations and the sites, and any major audit observations happens at the site, major actions identified during monitoring. We need to identify these root cause needs to be identified for these observations at the study level, and we need to update the risk management log as per the requirement, and also we need to update the study plans and checklists and protocol as needed, and implement the across all the sites to avoid to better compliance in the across all the sites, and to add any mistakes in the future. Benefits of the quality management system for clinical trials. Quality systems are tailored to clinical development. These are the unique requirements quality clinical development stakeholders can support organizations managing the quality issues, all clinical development activities. And also it helps the organizations effectively achieve the clinical quality. By having the quality system, we can achieve the quality effectively. And also it provides the organization leadership with the integrated view of that whether these objectives are being met, any risks possible to the patients, and to the data quality, and appropriately managed systematically. Support in robust quality systems. It supports the organizations appropriately managing the clinical development related risks. Having the robust QMS reduces recurring the quality related issues that undermine the patient safety and data integrity and consume resources. It also promote that effective quality management systems. It promotes the quality culture and knowledge management. It permits an organization to capitalize on opportunities to enhance its clinical development activities. By embedding that quality throughout each phase of the trial, clinical research can ensure that high quality outcomes that protect the patient safety, maintaining the data integrity, adhering to that regulatory compliance. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for the attention.
Dear participants, if you have any questions, drop in chat box or you can unmute and you can ask directly.
Yes, please.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, good afternoon. Myself Gautam, sir.
Yes.
Thanks for the session, sir. I would like to ask you some questions in clinical research.
Yeah.
So, may I know any useful implementation of artificial intelligence in clinical trials, sir, nowadays?
Yes, I've seen that nowadays the bigger companies are implementing that Sanofi's and bigger organizations, MNC companies are starting that implementing that artificial intelligence in this clinical research sector.
Like, could you please elaborate, sir, how it will useful in the CT? Like, CT is the platform which used to get the research data by giving the drugs to patients or else voluntaries. But how it will useful, like how it can be implemented in AI, sir? Any example?
Yes, real world data that in clinical trial data with this real world data is patients is monitoring continuously with this their demography. I means regarding safety of the drug profiles. Already is the database is there. With that help of the data, we can build that that helps to develop the clinical trial designs. Patient with this artificial intelligence that helps that when the data is available in that it gives that information that when it analyze the data, already data is available in the data bank. Artificial intelligence, it pulls the data record information and whether it is the treatment is that whether this is there any anticipating that any challenges or any adverse effects, and it is that any whether this clinical trial viable for that is then favorable any outcomes. These are all data can with the AI tool it helps that identified any challenges and forecast any failure rates and success rates, and also that can be done with this AI challenges, AI tools.
It is. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Nowadays, this one artificial intelligence, every sector is booming up. That one, every means bigger organizations, medium and bigger organizations, they start implementing that AI tools, so that we can correlate that data. Is there any if any experiments is that it is with this data we can predict that predict it helps to predict that experiment that happens with this AI technology.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Dear participants, if you have some more doubts, you may ask by unmuting yourself. If you are facing some trouble unmuting, you may simply type in the chat box.
Then my doubt is that I'll go to mass compulsion.
Sir, there is one question in the chat box.
Yes, just I'm going through that. Yes, clinical trials as such, after the completion of the courses, B.Pharm or M.Pharm, we need to have that basics, at least fundamentals basics. First of all, you should have an interest in the clinical research field. That passion is required. As a researcher, you need to have that passion is required. While there is no separate courses not required actually. Nowadays, you get that one entire information in the over the internet. I feel that there are so many other centers, coaching centers coming up that one clinical research related. Having certificate is only just uh, I don't think that benefits of that. First of all, you should have an interest in that. You can go through that all online. You can get the acquire the knowledge of and being a fresher. You need not the will not expect that entire clinical research expertise in that. You just go through that any information if you are interested. You can keep up to date with this any challenges. I means any updates in the clinical research field. Again, also you can apply for that. You can just keep browsing that, keep searching that, keep posting that. There are many social media and keep monitoring, keep vigilant in that active, keep active in that social media, LinkedIn related, so that you just get the information on wherever his openings are there. You can apply for that.
Sir, this is Gautam. So, sorry for the interruption, sir. Sir, from our end, we are in the also working for clinical trials.
Yes.
So, we suggesting students to do the non-interventional clinical trial at their for their final year thesis.
Non-intervention trial.
Non-interventional clinical data collection study, like a comparative study or else data collection study with minimum ethics committee approval, like an independent ethics committee or else DHR ethics committee approval. Is that suggestible to students, sir, to collect the data and to analyze the data?
Yes, I think my opinion it can be done that one because of I heard that means Form D candidates also they are taking the as part of the course they are taking the data, they are analyzing the data, they are as part of the course they are submitting, they are doing that
So
data.
what we are doing to the students is just we are giving some proposals with some different indications, like in diabetic or for new molecules. So comparison of new anti-diabetic molecules with old diabetic molecules. What is the dosage usage like that we have designed and we have given to the students.
Yes,
They
yes.
are they are collecting the data in the hospitals and they are analyzing the data with one way or two way and according to the SAP. So they are going to publish. They are publishing the data in the journals, UGC care journals. Like it may helps the students to get the jobs earlier compared to freshers.
Yes, they are into that that world. They are exposing that clinical research environment, the data, how the data is that correlating things and all,
Yes.
analyzing things. That knowledge helps in that one their clinical research field.
Yes, sir. We suggesting the same, sir. We are doing the same. We are working for some colleges for the students. I
Yes, yes,
think the doubts who raised by the students, it may help to them to get the jobs easily when compared to the freshers.
yes, yes, yes. It will compare to freshers. At least they will have the basic of the GCP
Yes,
related.
sir. How the ICF procedure is needs to be done, how they need to collect the ICF from the patients.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
at least they can get the one GCP certification. It will be help to the students to get into the clinical trial field easily.
At least they have the basics of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are doing the same, sir.
Yes,
So
definitely that helps a lot
yes,
to understand that GCP requirements.
yes, sir.
Dear participants, if you have no other doubts, we shall conclude today's this session and let us start session 2. Manoj, shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Please.
Thank you, sir, for delivering an insightful and thought-provoking session on various aspects of clinical trials. We appreciate your time, expertise, and contribution to our e-conference. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you for the attention.
Now it's time to start second session. I would like to invite Mr. Prakash Kumar B, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, to introduce our next speaker. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, very good afternoon, dear participants. Today, the second day of the e-conference with the second speaker. I'm going to introduce Dr. Tan Shin Xiang. He's one of the distinguished researcher and good academicians with a more expertise in good clinical aspects. Presently, he is working as a Dean School of Pharmacy, KPG Healthcare University of College, Malaysia. Dr. Tan has strong inclinations toward the clinical aspects toward the different diseases. With its vast experience and expertise, he published more than 80 papers in Scopus Web of Science with the IH index, I10, and good number of citations. He has 16 research grants in his research journey as a main supervisor and co-supervisor and presented 16 poster and oral presentations. He has invited as a speaker in 39 conferences, workshops, seminars. With a proven record, I would like to invite Dr. Tan to take over the conference. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, moderator. Thank you for your kind introductions. And then thank you for the organizing committee for inviting me to attend as a speaker for this international e-conference on imaging trends in pharmaceutical science from the research to the market. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank Associate Professor Dr. Anand for this network collaboration. Okay, so my name is Tan, a professor and also dean for the School of Pharmacy, KPJ Healthcare University in Malaysia. Okay, so let me share my slide. So I hope that everyone of you can see my slide. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your slides are clearly visible, so you can proceed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. So for my this sharing topics, right, is with the title, this a topic about health economic analysis in hospitalized stroke patient. So this is something a little bit different from the clinical trial, pharmaceutical technology. This is about the hybrid between the health economic together with the clinical. So, okay, before I proceed for my sharing, right, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge one of my undergraduate student, that is Miss Intan Nur Shafika. So she is also assisting in this data collection. Okay, so you put completion of this sharing, right? All the audience, you will understand that the knowledge about the basic principle of health economics and their application, and to apply health economic analysis in hospitalized stroke patient. Okay, so for today content outline. So first, I will share about some basic principle of health economics and their application. Second, I will go to the mind of the real world data about the about the stroke study. So I will share about the epidemiology of strokes, followed by the research objective, methodology, findings, and the conclusion, which this study was conducted in 2023. So we can see that in the academic research field, right, we can see that many of this health economic study has been executed and conducted. Like for example, the principle of the pharmacoeconomic analysis, the case of the pharmacist-led intervention. Okay. So basically, they will compare that. For example, we invest the salary to hire the pharmacist, right? Eventually, throughout this program, the two program, right? How much of this effectiveness that we can gain from this additional intervention that we apply it. So another one, like for example, okay, for example, this is about by using a health economic using the Markov model that they evaluate this, we call it as a medication therapy adherence clinic that has been widely implemented in the public hospital in Malaysia. So similarly, we can see that, like for example, in the pharma company, they also do this cost effectiveness analysis of the fluticasone versus the montelukast. And then from here, right, we can submit to the policymaker, and this management will make the decision whether we can adopt the fluticasone versus the alternative in this clinical decision. Okay, so we can see many examples that has been utilized about the health economics. Okay, so we have talked about much on the economic evaluation. So what is the economic evaluation? Okay, so economic evaluation, right, is actually a systematic, explicit analysis of the alternative, provided there is some alternative cost of the action. Okay, and then this is the unique part is that economic evaluation, right, is not about choosing the cheapest, but we are focusing on the effectiveness. Later, I will show you that it can be how tedious or how detailed that the costing analysis that we can embark. Okay, so take an example that influence of the compliance with the medication on cost effectiveness. Okay, so from here, we can see that, for example, this is the diastolic blood pressure, and this is a QALY. QALY means that it's one of the measurement to evaluate this subject, their quality of life. Okay, and then let's say for this higher systolic, okay, systolic, then for the partial compliance, right, they need to invest more because due to some complication. Okay, later I will give you some example. Okay. And in fact, economic evaluation is not just economic, but it's actually with the hybrid involved with this multidisciplinary, including economic, epidemiology, biostatistics, medicines, pharmacy. Okay. So as a pharmacist, right, we are more advantaged and privileged into this area because we have the background, we understand more about this clinical knowledge, medications, side effect, complication as well. Then we can apply this economic calculation and to evaluate which effectiveness will be better. So this pharmacoeconomic, right? This actually you can get this definition from this Google as well. That we want to evaluate the behavior of the individuals, firms, markets to the use of the pharmaceutical product. It can be a program as well, and we also can compare the two comparators. One is with the inputs and another one is with the outputs. So we can compare 2 inputs, 3 inputs, and then we want to see the input and also the outcome. Okay. For this economic analysis, right? For the economic analysis, it can be a very simple. it can be a very simple that we only examine only the consequences. Okay. We also can examine only the cause. So means that it's without the consequences. Okay. And we also can go for a bit tedious. That is a partial evaluation. So we also evaluate the cause outcome description. Okay. And etc. And the most impactful one is about this full economic evaluation. So it actually basically can be categorized. It can be categorized to cost minimization analysis, cost effectiveness analysis, cost utility analysis, and also the cost benefit analysis. So after completion of this data collection and analysis, right, we will plot out of this graph, and then we see that the output, the final output, that it will be under the which category, and then we can decide and also determine that whether, if let's say they put it under here, right? Okay, so this before that, this vertical line, this is the differences in cost. So meaning that the higher here, right, is actually represent more expensive medication. Lower here will be the more cheaper. Okay. And then the horizontal here will be the differences in effect. Here will be much better. Here will be the worsen. I mean, we can say that doesn't provide any impact. Okay. So the ideal one, I think the ideal one, right, will be here. The new treatment is more effective and less expensive. But however, right, ideally, all this new treatment, this new medication, right, it doesn't provide a more affordable price, but it's more effectiveness. So usually, right, the new treatment will fall under this category. That is, the new treatment is more effectiveness and more expensive. As I mentioned before, this a full, okay, so here, the full economic evaluation, right? The more detailed one is about this of actually it's a four, okay, that the cost unit will be the monetary, but the outcome, right, not necessarily to be the monetary. So this part we evaluate about the effectiveness. For example, cost minimization. So both the comparators will be the same effectiveness, but we just evaluate the cost part, the monetary. The cost benefit is both also monetary. Okay. Cost effectiveness, here there is the unique part. Like for example, we want to compare a generic amlodipine versus the innovator, the original amlodipine. So we want to see that, of course, the amlodipine with the innovator one, it will be performed better compared to the generic medications. But however, sometimes, right, the generic medication, it will provide maybe some of the complication or the bioequivalence will be not much better compared to the innovator. Yeah. So we also can utilize one questionnaire or one evaluation. We call it as a quality adjusted life years to measure as an effectiveness. So basically the health economic, right? We have the one input and then we measure the output. The input, we can also consider, like for example, some costing, and then the effectiveness part, we can measure the blood pressure, the HbA1c, and then the length of stay in hospital, and etc. Okay, so come to this costing part, right? It actually categorized into the few categories. That is, for example, we have the direct medical and non-medical costs. Medical, like for example, the hospital care, the consultation fees, expenses, like for example, transportations. Okay. Indirect costs, for example, if let's say one patient, they have some sickness, or maybe they want to go to a hospital to receive this chemotherapy, right? That they may absent from their work. So the lost time from work, we also calculated as one of the costs. Okay. The last part is about the intangible cost, the pain, the suffering, and the discomfort that they may suffer. Okay. And then the consequences, as I show to you just now, that it can be measured or it can be reflected as a monetary. So it can also be measured in the years of life, quality. So quality, as I mentioned, that this is equivalent to the 1 year of life in perfect health. And basically, the cost effectiveness ratio, right, is like the cost of the treatment divided by the therapeutic, the natural units. So we use this, we call it as an ICER, that the incremental cost effectiveness analysis. Okay, that we use because we are using the two comparators, right? We use the more expensive one to minus the less expensive. Similarly, their effectiveness minus A minus B. Like for example, we take this example, like the treatment A and treatment B. So we can see that the treatment B will be more expensive, treatment A will be the less expensive. So this is because of course, the new medication with the more expensive, right? The successfully rate will be better than the treatment A. Okay, so we can see that the average cost effectiveness is 450 divided by 0.91. So meaning that the management, the hospital, need to spend $494 per successful rate, per successful case. And however, for this one, right, they need to pay 373 per successful. So if let's say existingly, at present, the hospital is using treatment A, right? If let's say they want to adopt the treatment B, so this is the calculation that the management need to consider whether that they are willing to pay 3,125 for each additional successful patient. Okay, so come to this health economic, right? If you have these two comparators, so usually we will prepare one, we call it as a decision tree. So means that we have the drug A and B. So usually one medication is a new drug to compare the existing, the present practice of the medication. Then we will prepare what are the costing, what are the benefits here. And similarly, if let's say you apply to this medication, right? So usually from this literatures or from this real world data, we can also to put it the successful, the clinical successful, how many percent here. Okay, and then usually, right, all the medication we have this adverse event, whether how many no adverse event, how many adverse event. Okay, so we have this symbol how to put it for the comprehensive the decision tree. Okay, for example, antibiotic A and B. So this is a 90% successful. This is 80%. The cost 600. This is 500. Okay, but we also have the probability of the adverse event. So B will be the higher adverse event. Similarly, the cost of treating adverse event. So by putting all this data into the decision tree, so you can see that 0.9, for example, 0.9 clinical successful. This is for antibiotic A. We adopted from here, 90%. Then we can properly plug in here. Okay, then we may calculate each of the element here by using a one table. Okay, so eventually the probability for antibiotic A, it will come up with a total of 1.0. That's equivalent to the 100%. So, and then we also will calculate this ICER, and then to compare whether A or B will be a better choice. So from here, right, we can see that the management, if let's say they want to adopt treatment A that is more expensive, right? They need to willing to pay 500 more per extra success. So after that, if let's say for a robust and comprehensive health economic study, right, they need to conduct a sensitivity analysis to evaluate all this uncertainty of this maybe the 10% or 20% changes for over the upcoming 3 years. Okay, so after that, usually we will supplement with one tornadogram. This tornadogram, right, it can be reflect that how much of this costing for each of the component. Okay, so that is about the introduction of the health economy. That I cram it, I squeeze it. The whole semester is about it's a long teaching hours. I squeeze it within 30 minutes to brief you all. Okay, now we go to the one of the case study. This case study is a real world data that I work with this undergraduate student, right? We get this real world data in one of our private hospital in Malaysia. Okay, so this is about the private hospital acute stroke care cost, the patient viewpoint. Okay, and then this research, right, actually is managed to publish as one of the proceeding and that is a Q1 journal that is a value in health, and also presented in this ISPO, the international conference at US. Okay, so come to the stroke case. So stroke, we understand that this is the cerebral disease, and then it's a high prevalence, especially those with the hypertension. So similarly in Malaysia, right, it also carry the high prevalence cases in the both private and also the tertiary hospital. So right now, right, stroke is the third most prevalent causes of mortality in Malaysia. So the stroke prevalence in Malaysia, so we can see that there was about 47,000 incident cases, and then it contributed about almost 20,000 of deaths. Okay, so up to date, the prevalent cases of the stroke in Malaysia is about 443 cases. Okay, so in order to mitigating the burden of the stroke at the public hospital, right? So private hospital play a very important role, especially they equip with this specialized stroke unit, and also it has significantly alleviated the strength of the public hospital in Malaysia. Like I think similarly, all these public hospital in the worldwide, right? Okay, they have this problem of huge burden of the patient load. Okay, so if let's say we can have a proper strategize this a private hospital with a proper pricing, right? That we can actually the private hospital can mitigating the burden from the tertiary public hospital. Okay, so this is what I brief you just now. Despite the existing of the numerous of the epidemiology studies on the stroke, there is still a lack of the local research examining the cause of the acute stroke, especially within the private hospital in Malaysia. So this study, right, is actually aimed to identify and quantify the direct medical cost of acute stroke care during the hospitalization at the private hospital in Malaysia. So this is based on the real world data. So we adopted about 180 patients from this billing department of hospital in 2022. So the inclusion criteria will be the acute ischemic and also the hemorrhagic stroke, but provided they admitted to the hospital. So all these direct medical costs associated with the acute stroke care, such as the medications, medical suppliers, and then the laboratory investigations, medical imaging investigations, rehab, consultations, ward staying, dialysis, and etc. Okay, so this actually the ethic also we obtained from this ethic committee as well. So here are all these element of the component that we gather the data from the hospital. Okay. So I would like to show to you that this is the demographic of the subject of the patient. So we can see that majority of the stroke patient are Malay, followed by Chinese, Indian, and others. And then most of these patient, right, they utilize the insurance reimbursement. Only about 20% is out of the pocket money. And then we can say that the result, right, about 54% are are male versus the 45% are female. So type of stroke is about hemorrhagic will be the minority, ischemic stroke will be the majority. Okay. So from here, right, what we analyze, this is the direct medical costing for the acute stroke, that this is a minimum. For the hospital stay, about 2,400 ringgit Malaysia. Okay. And average cost for a treatment for a hospitalized acute stroke patient, right, is about 15,670 ringgit Malaysia. Okay. The maximum one, the highest will be about 88,000. So this is the tornadogram that we generated. So we can see that the average is about 15,000. And then the highest component of this treatment, right, is actually came from consultation from the specialist, the consultant. Is about 4,000. Followed by the medication, it actually contributed as a second highest in this stroke management. Okay, followed by the medical suppliers. So here are the data that it comprises of the minimum and also the maximum. Okay, and we can see that the valuation here, the standard deviation here is quite wide because some of the patient, right, because the treatment, both for the hemorrhagic and the ischemic will be a bit different. So we can see that the hemorrhagic is actually incur a higher cost. Okay, so we can see that ischemic stroke and also the hemorrhagic stroke, right? So here we are comparing the total average cost of acute stroke treatment between hemorrhagic and also the ischemic stroke. Okay. So in fact, the analysis here, right, by using this independence t-test, surprisingly, ischemic stroke and also hemorrhagic didn't provide any significantly different value. Okay, like for example, hemorrhagic is about 17,000, ischemic about 15,000. So it doesn't give the provide the significantly difference. And this is comparing the average cost of the ICU stay between the hemorrhagic and also the ischemic. Okay, and we can see that ischemic stroke is about 285. Okay, this is ICU stay, and then the hemorrhagic is about 600 plus. And for this component, right, it's actually provide this significantly different in terms of the independence t-test. So I can say that majority of the hemorrhagic stroke patient, right, they admitted to the ICU. Similarly, we're comparing the mean cost of the medication between the hemorrhagic and also the ischemic stroke. So in fact, there is no significantly differences between these two category of stroke. In which is one is a 2009, another one is a 3002. Okay. When we perform this simple linear regression on the factors, so in fact, we consider the age as this independence variable associated with the length of stay as a dependence variable. So throughout of this 180 subject, right, we can we can generate one simple formula. Okay. So we can see that there is a significant linear relationship between the age and also the length of stay. So this is a significantly correlated. So we can say that we can very confident say that it is observed that the stroke patient who is 10 years older have about 0.5 days. It means that half day longer length of stay in work. So means that if let's say based on this data pool, right, that one patient 65 years old compared to the 55 years old, right? 65 years old, actually, they have another half day longer stay in the work. Yeah. Then this is another one. The simple simple linear regression on the factors. Okay. So as the age versus the independence variable associated with the length of stay. Okay, so from the calculation I showed to you just now, we can come up with one prediction model. The length of stay is equal to 1.566 plus 0.049 times the age. Okay. So in fact, this model was developed by using the age range from 16 years old to 94 years old. So beyond this age limit, right, then this prediction model will be not applicable. Similarly, we also conduct one simple linear regression. Okay, so on this age as this independence variable associated with this cost of laboratory as an independence variable. So from this analysis of this 180 subjects, there is a significant linear relationship between the age and also the cost of laboratory. So in fact, we can also put it the one summary that it is observed that stroke patients who is 10 years older have 155.87 higher in the cost of laboratory. So means that those elderly, the geriatric patient may incur and provide the higher cost especially in terms of the cost of laboratory. So therefore, we can generate one prediction model. The cost of the laboratory is 157.256 plus about 15.587 times the age. Okay, so it actually does show a very significantly different correlation. So perhaps we can say that this study found that the average cost of acute stroke treatment was about 15,670 ringgit, 0.7. That is equivalent to about 3,200 USD dollar. So we have done some literature review before. In comparison to the study conducted in Canada, Pakistan, Romania, and also China, the comparable costs were about 11,500 USD versus Pakistan 1,179, and also Romania about 1,052, and also the China 4,400. So I can say that our study show about 3,002. So the variation in the expenses associated with this acute stroke care in different countries can be attributed to the disparities in the healthcare system, the present healthcare experts and also the facility, as well as to this discrepancy in the years of the published data. So in fact, in Malaysia, right, the data I obtained is from the one private hospital. that is actually is equipped with this good facility. And also the study indicated that an average length of stay about 4.5 plus minus 3.8 days for acute stroke patient. So additionally, it was found that about 14.4% of all the patients had a hospital stay exceeding 1 week. So the duration of the study in this study was comparatively lower in relation to other nations such as Romania and China, where the average length of stay were about almost 10 days and 15 days respectively. So compared to the current study, the present study about not more than 5 days. Okay. So we can say that the variation in the length of stay can be attributed to the type of stroke, since that the patient with a hemorrhagic stroke generally experience lengthier stays compared to those with ischemic strokes. And it is worth noting that only approximately 21% of the patients in this study had hemorrhagic strokes. So furthermore, the presence of the healthcare personnel and the accessibility of the healthcare facility have a crucial role in determining the length of the patient stay. So we can say that in our study, because it's almost about 20% of the hemorrhagic stroke patient only compared to the other study. So we can say that the ischemic stroke patient is actually have this shorter length of stay in the hospital. So the main contribution associated with this hospitalized for acute stroke is the cost of the human resources amounting to the 37.5% of the total cost. I think this is a quite universal and applicable to the global private hospital as well. And this finding is consistent with the result of a prior study, the local study conducted by No and Sulong in about more than 10 years ago, which reported a similar proportion of about 36.4%. So in line with these findings of the No and Sulong, right, our investigation revealed that medications expenses constitute the second largest component of the overall cost of hospitalization for acute stroke, accounting for about 19.4% of the total cost. So this figure is slightly lower than the about 23.5% found in the previous research. So we come up with this conclusion that this research has successfully determined the average overall direct medical cost associated with the acute stroke hospitalization was about 15,670 ringgit, plus minus the standard deviation about 14,000. And the cost component exhibit variations ranging from about 40 to 4,000. Okay. So, and then the findings of this study, right, demonstrate the multiple aspect of the acute stroke care expenses in the receiving advanced medical care services at the private hospital. Nevertheless, right, the private hospital setting, including the physicians as well as other healthcare professionals, have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to this well-being of their patients, striving to provide the highest quality healthcare. So with that, I end for my this presentation. Thank you.
Dear participants, if you have any question, please drop the question in chat box, or you can unmute and directly you can ask the questions.
So I can see that the health economic research study, right, is quite interesting that you not only focus on this clinical part, but you also can focus on this calculation, the economic part, and then we can compare at any of these therapies or any of the programs or any of the medication. So we can see that which one will be the most effective in terms of the costing. Yeah.
I think no. Dear participants, if you have any questions, please ask.
Participants, if you are unable to unmute yourself, even you may type in the chat box. Someone is trying to unmute. Let's wait for one or some time. If
Sure.
nothing, then we can proceed, Manoj.
Yes, sir.
Manoj, I think we can proceed.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful, valuable insights on various aspects of economical analysis in hospitalized stroke patient that provided us with valuable knowledge, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Dear participants, now it's time to announce the winners of e-poster presentation. That e-poster presentation we conducted on 21st and 22nd of this month. I request Prakash Kumar sir to announce the winners of e-poster presentation.
Yeah, very good afternoon, dear participants. This is the high time for announcement of prizes for e-poster presentation 2025. Before that, just I want to all your kind participations and keen interest in presenting the abstracts for in a different segments of 7 segments of your this one. And I truly so now I am going to announcing the prize distributions for the present segment wise. So this e-poster presentations category is going to be taken from the 7th track of e-conference. That is, first is pharmaceutical chemistry, second one is pharmaceutics, pharmacology, pharmaceutical analysis, and pharmacognosy, and pharmacy practice and regulatory affairs. Now I am going to presenting the winner list for the pharmaceutics. The first prize is goes to the Dr. Syed Ahmed Ijar, Sultan Ulam College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad, for the pharmaceutics. The second prize it goes to the Purnima KN, Vivekananda Institute of Pharmaceutical Science. And third prize is goes to Niyati Shah, the Subhas University, Gujarat. And this is all for the, and the consolidated prize is gone for the Sahana Yadav for the Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagar. So this is the prize in order for the pharmaceutics who also submitted for the abstract for pharmaceutics branches. The next for the pharmacology, the first place goes to the Baiguda Rotuja Dharmaraj, Sri Kasibai Navale College of Pharmacy, Pune, secured the first prize. The second prize goes to the Sahin Begum, the Institute of Pharmaceutical Technology, Sri Padmavati Mahila University. The third prize goes to the Sandhya Savitri, Vivekananda Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences. So this all for all these three participants, I congratulate. And fourth one is consolidated prizes, which is going to for the Sarnappa from Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagar. So this is all about for the pharmacology. The next track for pharmaceutical analysis. The first winner is Sailendra S. Suryavamsi, is from KLE College of Pharmacy, Belgavi. The second place goes to the Kiran Kumar Kurila, Geetam University, Visakhapatnam. And third place is go to the Pragati Y, Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagar. So once again, and congrats for all these participants. The next track is for pharmacognosy. The first place goes to the Rasna Kumari, the Central University of Haryana, from Haryana. The second place goes to the Pooja, Ramaya University of Applied Science, Bangalore. And third place goes to the Trisita Majumdar, Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagar. So congrats for all these three participants. The next cycles go for the pharmacy practice department. The first winner is the Rupan from the Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy, Bijinagar. The second prize goes to the Sangamesh Bikaji Mane from Kasibai Navale College of Pharmacy, Pune. And third place goes to the Manideep Chandrika from KVSR Siddhartha College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Vijayawada. So once again, I'm congrats for all these three participants for securing the distinguished prizes from the pharmacy practice. The next for the regulatory affairs, the first prize goes to Sheikh Asa Begum from the Nirmala College of Pharmacy. The second place goes to the Arsita M from Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacy. And third place goes to the Mallikarjun Patil, once again for the Sri Adinchudri College of Pharmacies. Once again, I congrats all these three participants for in the regulatory affairs. So congratulations to all participants taking a keen interest and showing the keen interest in the research field. So once again, I'm thanking for all your kind participants in the e-conference 2025. Over to Manoj.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. T. Unushpasa sir to deliver a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Manoj. From the Institute of Pharmacy.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Is it? Hello.
Audible, you are audible to me. Please proceed, sir.
Yeah. Good evening to one and all. Jai Shri Gurudev. Very happy to inform you that there are around 300 plus candidates were registered for this program. From the day one, my faculty members, including principal and all the authorities have supported me and to conduct this 2 days international e-conference on emerging trends in pharmaceutical sciences research to market. The most interesting thing is that all the speakers who are very much cordially and actively involved in delivering their talks. First of all, I take this opportunity to thank you, our management, and with the blessings of our Swamiji, and with the kind wishes and the support of our head of the institute, Dr. Bharti, and as well as Dean of our university, Dr. B. Ramesh, and our Vice Chancellor and the Registrar, we could able to conduct this 2 days international program with e-process. In the beginning, in fact, we had a bit doubt that whether the net support systems are not. So there are many issues were there. Fortunately, everything goes well. And I also thank the IT team of our institute who have supported a lot in connected with this. And particularly, I thank you, Dr. Mr. Manoj, that from the day one he has taken initiation to see that all the lectures which have been conducted to be done very smoothly. And I also, my special thanks to Dr. Nagprashan from the day one. He has taken a lot of initiation to see that everything should be streamlined and managed it and placed before the audience as well as the speakers in a satisfactory level. Thank you, Nagprashan. And also, it may not be out of place that if uh, I don't remember my speakers like from the in the day session one. It was by Dr. Long Chiu Ming, and the day session two and the day one, the session two was by Dr. Parshuraman, and in the 2 days, the first session was Mr. by Gopi Krishna, and the second session was by Dr. Tan Ching Xiang. They very convincing and effectively they delivered and justified their topics and made our audience to enlighten on the particular topic which have been assigned for them. Really, from the Institute of Sri Adi Chinchani College of Pharmacy and Adi Chinchani University, we are very much grateful to all the speakers. It may not be out of place if I say that my students, all informed students, and all colleagues wholeheartedly supported in the registration process as well as in the preparation of the e-posters in the presentation process and all. With this, I take this once again opportunity to thank one and all who are directly and indirectly supported to make this conference successfully. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Dear participant, we shared the feedback form link in chat box and will shortly send to your mail also. Please fill that one. Once again, we extended our sincere thanks to everyone who made this program success. The insights and discussion over the past 2 days have been truly enlightening. We hope all of you take away the valuable knowledge and inspiration to apply in your respective field. Wishing you all the best in your future. Have a great day. Thank you. Yes, you can leave.